But then they began seeing it every night. Always past midnight. Always when they were alone in their rooms. They insisted it came the same way each time.
You're crazy.
The same yellow eyes in every story. Diabolical forces are formidable. These forces are eternal, and they exist today. The fairy tale is true. The devil exists. God exists. And for us as people, our very destiny hinges upon which one we elect to follow. Ed Warren. I've never appreciated those words more than I do today. Those words from Ed Warren are a warning. A reminder that evil isn't a relic of the past. It's not just a story meant to frighten children. It's something that walks beside us, even now. I've never been particularly religious, per se. But I suppose you don't have to be to believe in the forces of good and evil. Through my experiences, I've become keenly aware that there is a realm that exists just beyond the thin veil of our earthly understanding.
Amen.
I began thinking more deeply about these things after they began happening to my kids.
Hi guys.
And I've come to the conclusion that what haunted me as a child might not be entirely different from whatever that coyote was. What happens when evil takes a shape not born of Christianity, but maybe something far older? I postulated that what stalked us in New Mexico might have been a skinwalker. A Navajo legend. Yi Naloshi. As the legend goes, a skinwalker is a witch, a human being who's performed heinous dark ceremonies in order to obtain supernatural abilities, a natural speed and long life, the ability to mimic voices and shapeshift into animals, like the wolf, crow, owl, bear, and the coyote. A being said to be created when somebody chooses darkness over balance. A person who sacrifices their humanity for power. In Navajo belief, life depends on maintaining a balance with nature, with the spirit world, and within yourself. But when that balance is broken, when someone deliberately turns away from it, something terrifying can emerge. Now I have to note that speaking openly of skinwalkers is considered taboo amongst the Navajo, even today. It's said that to do so could attract their attention, or draw in spiritual and physical danger. Let's hope that discussing them on a YouTube video doesn't count. How do I know that what we were dealing with was a skinwalker? I don't. This is all just my own speculation in hindsight after all. But I did connect a few dots that have me leaning towards that conclusion. The first connection appeared earlier, a detail we almost missed. Brianna's friend Laura was visiting one evening when she mentioned that she'd seen a Native American man out in the field. Very tall, just standing in the chest-high overgrowth. She figured we'd hired somebody to clear the field and thought
What's
nothing
with
more
the
of
tall
it.
guy out in the field?
We hadn't hired anyone.
What do you mean?
We forgot about it until the kids started talking about the coyote. They kept saying the same detail. When it stood up under the window, it was huge. Head and shoulders above the windowsill. It was easily able to stare in at them. I measured it myself. Anything tall enough to look through that window would have had to have been 7 feet tall. The second dot was the voices. Some nights, long after the kids were asleep, we'd hear someone speaking just outside the walls. The words were fast, low and guttural, in a language we'd never heard. Not Spanish, not English, not human. And every time we ran out to investigate, there was no one. The third dot was the land itself. Luis Lopez sits in the middle of old Navajo and Apache country. Miles of desert and mesa that were never truly seeded. Only walked away from when the trees got too heavy. Everyone who grew up there knows the stories. Some places still belong to whatever walked them first. We were only borrowing the dirt under that house. And finally, the most obvious connection, the one we couldn't ignore, was that the kids started telling us about the coyote. At first, it sounded harmless. Just a stray wandering onto the property after dark. So we brushed it off. But then they began seeing it every night. Always past midnight. Always when they were alone in their rooms. They insisted it came the same way each time. Slipping out of the irrigation ditch that ran alongside of the house. Moving low at first. Belly close to the ground like any animal.
Say goodnight, Daddy. Good night, Daddy.
I'm afraid of dark.
Why?
It's my upstairs.
You're crazy. Alright guys, good night. Love you guys. Then it would stop under their window and stand. They swore it rose slowly onto its hind legs. Spine straightening until it was taller than a man. The same yellow eyes in every story. They were little at the time, too young to coordinate a lie. Yet each child came to us separately with the exact same details. That was when we finally understood this coyote wasn't coming for scraps. It was keeping ours. We were being stalked. Of course, this is all just conjecture. I can't prove any of this. All I have to go on is the evidence that exists in my memories and the corroboration of the kids. Was it a skinwalker? I don't know. What I know now is that the fairy tale is true. The devil exists. God exists. And sometimes the monster does too. Have you ever had a paranormal experience? Have you ever seen or experienced something you couldn't explain? If so, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, thanks for watching.